If you're having trouble getting into apprenticeship, this video might help you out so you can get started sooner. I'll also explain how you can get hired as a first year apprentice on day one. Now, there could be a number of reasons why it's taking you longer to get into apprenticeship, and I know because I've been there. But I'll get into that later on in the video and the different ways you can shape your own path to enter apprenticeship. So, how do you get into first year apprenticeship on day one? The short answer is you need to be overqualified before approaching the employer. So, what do I mean by being overqualified? Basically, that means you can fix almost every part of the vehicle with a wide range of skills. Things like windshields, tires, electric repairs, practically everything. You essentially have to be like a third-year apprentice to become qualified for this kind of opportunity. But then the question arises, how do you become like a third-year apprentice when you're just starting out? Which is another very good question that has good news in the end. The first answer is that it's going to take time to get to a third-year level when you're a complete beginner. So you'll have to start small repairing vehicles and work your way up gradually. You'll have to put in at least 3 to 5 years to get good at automotive repair, which means you'll want to move around shop to shop to learn the different skills you need to reach that level. But then you might ask again, why move around shop to shop when you can stay in one place? Don't most shops promote you to first year apprenticeship after 1 year anyways? Yes, success stories like that do exist, and it's what you should be aiming for in the beginning. But in reality, however, most techs don't get into apprenticeship after putting in just a year's worth of labor. For most, it takes much longer to get into apprenticeship to just get started, and that can be for any number of reasons, such as working for an employer who doesn't pay well or offers empty promises of promotion. It could also be due to a toxic work environment, and instead of being arrested for flying off the handle, it's better to relocate to other shops. Or your priorities shift as years go by. Maybe you have other opportunities you like that come your way which aren't automotive related. Things are always changing. But if you can get into apprenticeship sooner, there's no reason to move around. But again, this video is for those having difficulty getting in and wanting an alternative route to apprenticeship, which also means you won't waste any time moving shop to shop for whatever your reasons are. As long as you're picking up the skills from places you go to, you're becoming more qualified as time goes on. You're getting paid and living life on your own terms while you progress. So, now when you approach an employer 3 to 5 years later, you can mention your skills during the next interview. Just ask if they're willing to sign you up for apprenticeship before they hire you. If so, you're in a much stronger position to get signed up on day one. Even if you can't get first year apprenticeship on day one, you can still negotiate better terms to start apprenticeship sooner, now that you've got the skills to back it up. You could ask to start apprenticeship after a 3-month performance review instead. Many employers will have no problem with this, which beats putting in another year for someone just to sign up for apprenticeship. So there you go. How to get into apprenticeship on day one if you're having difficulty getting in.
Automotive for beginners.
Let me know your thoughts about apprenticeship. Do you think employers are good at keeping their word in this industry? How many bad employers have you run into? Let me know in the comment section below. I've got another video about how to become a self-employed apprentice if you're interested in that as well. I'll explain some of the pros and cons going down that route, but it is something you can consider if you want to work part-time. I'll link a video to that below.